phone number or WhatsApp group. And also we specific brand, and this supporting is very important to understand the basic sense of yoga and the society. So please
and all the delegates of this 3-day national webinar on yoga for holistic health and practices and reflections. And today, Madam is with us, Madam Dr.VedaPriya, scientist in Patanjali Herbal Research Department, Patanjali Research Institute, Haridwar. Really, it's very interesting to going through that here, the small VedaPriya Madam Ji is at Patanjali Herbal Research Department. Patanjali Research Institute has under the divine guidance of Reverend Acharya Balakrishna Ji, having the postgraduate in biology. She had completed her PhD in genetics from MD Rohatak in 2011. She has attended more than 25 national and international conferences on scientific and sustainable methods to study plants like molecular biology, biotechnology, and nanotechnology, and ethnopharmacology, etc. She has published around 70 articles and a total of 1,136 citations on Google Scholars, along with 16 index and I-10 index courses. Really, it's very interesting to know Madam's her dynamic approach and diversified experience in scientific study, analysis, and publication of evidence-based knowledge about medical plants have led to the successful accomplishment of around 16 projects. She had 2 workshops, conferences, and training programs for the education and development of plant-based sciences to promote herbal medicines. Around 300 research articles 15
different and 5 books have been published
under
under
the
the on diverse research.
topics to advanced approaches. Madam Dr. Vedapriya Aryan aims to integrate
Statistical and technological methods with plant sciences to
conduct
meticulous analysis, medical research in the field of plant-based medicines.
and men have been experimenting with research on especially the herbal research department from Patanjali Yoga. So with this, we are welcoming you, madam. This is Usmania University, Department of Education, School of Education. We have been conducting on a series of programs on yoga related things. So in the part of this is a 3-day national webinar on yoga for holistic health practices and reflections. So with this, we are warmly welcoming you to this addressing on this August gathering. Thank you, madam. Over to you.
Welcome, Dr. Vedapriya Arya, madam. Welcome to Telangana. Welcome to University. We are so happy, madam. We are so happy. I think with this session, all the intellectuals community of Telangana, they will understand the various scientific aspects of Yagyatherapy. So, hand over to Dr. Vedapriya, madam. Over to Vedapriya, madam.
So first of all, I would like to thank all of you. Am I audible?
Yes, madam. Yes, madam. It's clear.
So it's my privilege to join the scientific community of Telangana, and I am much delighted. However, due to shortage of time, I requested to brief my lecture for just half an hour because I had a meeting near about 3 p.m. So I would try to minimize my content and summarize my content and share some of the discussion points regarding the Yagyopathy or Yagyatherapy. So first of all, I would like to thank the organizing committee members as well as the respected authorities and the scientific people who are joining this conference, and the sharing of information, it is very, very important. So sharing of information is very, very important, and we have to work in this manner. Whatever the research is going on, either it is in Patanjali or it is under different university bodies in Telangana, in Andhra, in Karnataka, etc. So we have to be very specific regarding the sharing of information. So under my guidance, as it was reviewed already, and he told that various works are going on. We are generally focusing on basically the World Herbal Encyclopedia, which is a multi-voluminous book, and for the 60,000 medicinal plants we are working. But today the topic is Yagyopathy because under my guidance, some of the students, some of the PhD students are working on the Yagyopathy, and we are working on Yagya. So by some presentation, I would like to share some of the significant thoughts as well as significant achievements that my team has made. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, madam. It's clear.
So first of all, what is Yagya? Yagya is a Sanskrit word which is having 3 meanings, like the divinity, organization, and the charity. We are very much familiar that Yagna, Yajya, it's also known as the Agnihotra, or it is also known as the Homa. So this all of these things, like the belongs to the, because in Indian community it belongs to the divinity, it belongs to a unity, cooperation, or team spirit, and the charity also, because it is written in our Vedas, like a single drop of ghee, pure ghee or cow ghee, in the very extreme heat of Yajna, it goes to millions of the biodiversity, either it is a plant diversity or it is an animal diversity. It significantly affect those. And in our research, we have also proven that. So Yagya acts as a purohit or inspires people in achieving all around progress, happiness and peace. It is not just ideology or it's not just philosophy, but it is having the scientific nature. When we are talking about the nature cycle, we are very much familiar. The river, the soil, the plants, they forms the through seawater. It vaporizes to form the clouds, and there is the rain which drops again to the soil, and this is the nature cycle. How water cycle rotates. So what Yajna is doing, an act or celebration of self-giving, which aims at the highest universal good and act which is most generous, magnificent, noble, and magnanimous. So Yajna is what it is, the art of life basically. It's the art of life. It belongs to the several rituals and the combination. Now the point comes that what is the timing of Yajna? In general, it has been mentioned that Yajna should be at the sunrise or sunset time. It is also known as the Sandhya Kal. And there are the several mantras, and in fact our team is also working on mantra therapy. So Gayatri mantra, Surya Gayatri mantra, Chandra Gayatri mantra, and with this mantras we have several other mantras like the Veda mantras, and it is well proven fact that these mantras are having some sound, some vibrations which not only affect a particular human being, but also it is having the tendency to heal the diseased person. This is the science of Yagya. So what is the significance of chanting of Sanskrit mantras? It is having the vibration powers. It has the set harmonious wave patterns. In fact, in very recently, some scientific discoveries also suggested that in NASA also that there is the science behind the Sanskrit mantras. So in Yajna we are having the Samidhas. Do you know we have to use we are using basically sandalwood, mango, peepal, deodar, palash, gular, bargad, shami, agar and tagar. So these are the specific samidhas, and these are made from the some of the important plants. It has been proven fact that these particular samidhas, which are made from the sandalwood or these kind of plants, are having some of the phytochemicals which directly affects a human being, which directly affects basically plants, the biodiversity, the nature. The medicinal properties of mango, they can be, by the decoction, by the herbal concoction, we are getting lots of benefits of mangoes, the sandalwood tree, people, etc. We are very much familiar with that. But in Samhitas, when these are offered to the Yagna, there are the scientific studies who are suggesting that these Samhitas are having the medicinal properties, and these can also be fetched by the Yagyatherapy. So now the point is, what is Havan Kund? So we are very much familiar. An inverted pyramid shape made of, which is made up of copper in generally, a fire pit is known as the Havan Kund. But what should be the design of Havan Kund? Yeah, there is the specific design. It is an inverted pyramid shape Agni Kund. Specific design. It cannot be circular, it cannot be star shaped. It should be inverted pyramid shape. So what is the reason? Because it allows controlled generation and multi-directional dissipation of energy to surrounding. This is very, very important. So each and everything, it is having the science behind it. Then next is the Havan Samagri. When we are using Havan Samagri, there is very precious herbs we are using, like the Ashwagandha, Shatavari, Brahmi, Shankh Pushpi, etc. And it is my privilege to show you that some of the important medicine, some of the important samagris, especially for a particular disease, like the Prarabdeshti, इसी प्रकार से different medicines, like for the diabetes, like for the asthma. So these are launched by the Patanjali itself, and these are not selected as per random observation. There is the highly scientific study behind that. So in Yagya, in a whole process of Yagya, when we are talking about, there is the fumigating substances like the wood, odoriferous substances, healthy constituents, as well as some of the sugar, honey, jaggery, dried fruits, etc., as well as the medicinal herbs. Medicinal herbs I have already told you, like the Brahmi, it increase the mental power. Shank Pushpi, Giloy, it boosts the immunity, and Google, it is especially for the asthmatic problems. Similarly, the sandal, bale, shami, bilwa, gular, people, bargad, these are the various samidhas which are used for the combustion purpose. And the odoriferous substances are also used like the camphor, saffron, jaifal, ilaichi, and cardamom. Similarly, some healthy constituents like the ghee, milk, cereals, and the fruits. A special type of special type of sugary substance are also made, which is commonly known as halwa or kheer in North India, and this is also used or offered to the Havan Kund. So when we are talking about the scientific aspect, the positive vibration of mantras are taken up in spiral form by upbound heat radiation and collision of sonic waves to atmosphere. This is basically reaching to the cosmic level. This is the science behind the yajna. So we are having heat energy as a yajna power. We are having the sound energy as a mantras. So it is not only having the spiritual benefit, it is also having the medicinal properties. The cosmic energy of sound contains in mantras is activated and expanded with the help of the yagya. Similarly, the fumigation of special substance in the yagya, fire is a scientific method of subutilization of matter into energy and expanding its potential and positive effects into the surrounding atmosphere. Similarly, when we are talking about the physical benefits of yagya, experimental studies shows that the incidence of physical ailments, sickness, and disease are reduced in houses where yagna or agnihotra is regularly performed. I would like to bring your attention to a very specific, basically gas tragedy, Bhopal gas tragedy. When that tragedy took place, some of the people which are doing Agnihotra or Yajna, they are basically safe as compared to the other. The reason is they purify their air, they purify their house air. It is a well proven fact. It renews the brain cells, it revitalizes the skin, it purifies the blood, and it prevents the growth of pathogenic organisms. Agnihotra is basically a healing process. Heal the atmosphere, and heal the atmosphere will heal you. Means like we have to heal the atmosphere first, and that particular healed atmosphere definitely will heal you. So this is very, very important, and these are some of the physical benefits of yagya. Yes, and some of the some of the scientists like the Dr. Hafkins and the Dr. Tilford, they have suggested few of the things like if ghee is burned with sugar, it is having the power to kill the germs. It is having the antimicrobial property. Similarly, Dr. Hafkins suggested that smoke of ghee plus sugar, it increases the secretion of glands related to windpipe, or it means to say it basically helps in the asthma, as well as we are having the electromagnetic waves. So basically, when we are talking about the yajna, it affects our physical body, it affects our casual body, and it affects our subtle body. So now comes to the effect of yajna. Purification of environment by yajna, it removes the foul odor, bacteria, insects. It affects the plants and the vegetation, and role of CO2 generated in the yajna. So this is the purification of air. These are some of the experimentation which are already taken place in 95, because these are well proven facts. These are the total suspended solids, SO2 and NO2. These are reduced, and which are known to be the beneficial gases, and how these are reduced. These are also shown here. Cloud formation, when we are talking about there is a ionic therapy. One very important term is the ionic therapy. Rise of negative ion with hot air attracting dust. Moisture then condenses around the dust and forms cloud. This is the science behind the Gita Shlok. Then Yajna vapor clustered on clouds, and they are stored in the rivers and the ponds. which purifies the water resources and enrich the water vital elements. Similarly, when we are talking about the bacteriological perspectives, so we are having the good amount of bacteriological count when we are talking about Yagya, the beneficial count, as well as when we are talking about the antimicrobial property. The data shows that before the bacterial count, which is of 4,500, so during Yagya it is around 2,400, and after the Yagya it is around 1,200. So this is the science behind the Yagya. Then a very important point I would like to mention here, Yagya is known as Homa farming. Yagya is associated with Homa farming concept in Australia. There is a lot of studies when we are talking about the Yagya, Homa farming. Just to type on Google and you will find definitely a different number of results. So Yagya ash, when we are putting in the soil, we are also doing experiment in Patanjali. So that soil nourishes the that particular ash nourishes the soil, and which in turn nourishes the plant. We are having the high crop yield. Now the chemical test reports is suggested that phosphorus content, potassium content, calcium, magnesium, nitrogen, and moisture, it is very high in case of the Yagya ash. So when we are talking about effect of Yagya on subtle world, so Yagya elevates the vital energy of the atmosphere. The energy, which is also known as the pran, it expands all around in open space through the energized space. It is also having the atomic radiation. It is a well-proven fact when cow dung plus ghee, when it is associated, then Dr. Rich shows that there is a free from atomic radiations. Means Yagya is also affected, or it is also effective for the radiations. And similarly, when we are talking about effect of Yagya on human beings, in Patanjali we are doing Yagyatherapy. I would like to mention here, during Corona, in a particular model, a particular pilot study, we are running a hospital with our local government. So all allopathic medicines, allopathic treatments are also there. There is the Yagyatherapy also there. There is a natural treatment also there. The Ayurveda therapy is also there. So that is a holistic treatment. And holistic treatment is also suggested there. We are also having the inhalation therapy. When warm, moist air, like the steam, it is applied to the nose and throat, it begins to thin the mucus and drain the sinuses. It is a fast-acting process without the bothersome side effects and drowsiness and rebound congestion. But one very important point I would like to mention here: Yagya cannot be performed by any of the method. There is a specific method. You have to follow that particular method, because there should not be any smoke. There is the continuous supply of the ghee. There is the continuous supply of the samakri. There is a continuous ignited way of fire. If there is the smoke, then definitely it's a CO2. It's not a hard fast rule. So basically, in general, during the ionic therapy, the positive ions causes the suffocation, sickness, agitation, aggressiveness. And when we are talking about the negative ions, which are increased by the Yagya therapy, negative ions which are generally found on the hills, green villages, cool sea bridges, as well as the natural waterfalls. So Yagya therapy, it increases the negative ions. Similarly, when we are talking about the phytochemicals of samidhas, the phytochemicals of the samagri, during the sublimation stage, it increases the chain reaction, which leads to the which leads to the damage of the free radicals, which are causing harm, or it is showing the antioxidant activity. So they break the cycle of the damage and the death of the cell. Similarly, these are the plants which are having these of the phytochemicals. You can see the jaifal is having the alpha-pinene, 1,8-cyanol, as well as alpha-terpenol. These all are the essential oils. Similarly, when we are talking about the gambhari, There is the apigenin, benzoic acid, and the butyrine. These are the flavonoids. Similarly, we are having a lot of literature regarding that. We are also experimenting these plants in our laboratory, and we have found that Yagyatherapy is having, a very high amount of phytochemicals. So we have to perform these all tests in a particular with the particular equipments which are available during the test. For example, the ion detector we have the cloud chamber, we have the isolation chambers. So in general, if we are talking about what are the activities which are performed by the Samitha, so for example, Adusa, it's a very important plant. Similarly, we have the Adatoda vesica, Agal marmiolis. So its root, bark, leaves, and fruits, these are antimicrobial, wound healing, hypoglycemia, and anti-spermatogenic effect, and these are used to treat several diseases. Similarly, these herbs are anti-tubercular, antibacterial, antimicrobial. The all findings that I am going to share it with you, these all are the proven facts. So what to be treated by Yagya? Malaria, hypertension, diabetes, asthma. In our Yogram, we are having a very well established setup uh, under the divine guidance of Swami Ramdevji, and we are performing Yajna, and our diseased patient are getting better cure when we are talking about the Yajna therapy. So we are also collecting data. We are going to publish that data, and in that continuation, we have performed a particular, a test, basically which is known as the bibliometric analysis. I am going to share with you just the diabetes test with you. So this is the bibliometric analysis of diabetes. What is the bibliometric analysis? Basically, literature review. When we are talking about literature review, it's an ancient term now. Bibliometric analysis is a scientific analysis, scientometric analysis, in which we are able to document the quantum of research in a very easier way. So this is our study regarding the diabetes. We all are very well familiar with the diabetes. It's a metabolic disorder, and Yaj and Yag both are effective for the diabetes. So for this study, we have used the software which is the dimension.ai, and we have selected the data from the 92 to 2021. We have searched the documents with using the keywords like the yoga, yaj, asana, pranayam, meditation, havan, agnihotra, homa, yajopathy, diabetes. These are the this is our basically query, and we have selected, or we have formulated that particular query, and we have run in the dimensions.ai. However, in this study, all the chapters, the books, the edited books, the monographs, and the paper print we have excluded because we want to confine ourselves to the dimensions.ai. So we have found total 11,839 records, and we then remove the duplicates, 34 duplicates removed. Then we have also excluded the chapters, preprint, monograph, proceedings, edited books, etc. And then we have included 11,500 studies, which are specially focusing on the Yajya as well as on diabetes. So from these studies, we have found the highest number of scholarly articles regarding the diabetes. And we have selected the diabetes as one of the most
Excuse me, madam. I think something, there may be some disturbance in the connection. Right. Wait for a few seconds. Kindly, madam, kindly rejoin, please. Wait a second, please. I think some technical problem is going. Once cut and again rejoin, madam, please.
This meeting is being recorded.
Yes, now you please unmute your audio, madam. Yeah. Now audible. Yeah, audible now.
So am I audible?
Yes, madam. Yes, madam. Please.
So where we lost the connection, I think this is done.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the network visualization, which is the WOS viewer software we have used to identify the worldwide countries in the field of yoga and diabetes. You can see United States, it is on the higher big dot, and India, it is very little red dot. So what is the carry forward point that we should focus on the Yagyatherapy? We should focus on the Yagyatherapy in a very significant manner, and we can work on that. There are about 4563 organizations, and the most productive organization in the field of Yagya, Yoga, and diabetes research is the Harvard University, United States. Then China, then Iran, Denmark, followed by the another hospital of the United States. So according to citation, Harvard University, 21.25% remains the first. So what is the purpose behind that? Why we are doing bibliometric analysis? To know the condition of the scientific aspects of the Yagya towards the world, what the world is looking forward. So it shows the conclusion of my bibliometric analysis. It suggested we have also reviewed the productive authors, that who are the authors which are solely working on Yagya. And I am sorry to say it is not from India. They are from Italy. They are working in the from China. They are working from the Canada, okay, as well as the different other universities. But in first 10 authors or top 10 authors, there is no Indian. There is no Indian institute. So it is a carry forward point for all of us that we should work on the Yagyopathy. We should work on the Yagyatherapy to the Agnihotra therapy. This is the network visualization of the collaboration of authors. These authors are collaborating with each other to know the concept of the Yagya, Yoga, as well as diabetes. These are the most frequently cited articles. Diabetes Care, which is published in Diabetes Care. Okay, so what I'm trying to say, for example, it is also important for the bariatric surgery patients. Some of the some also work on the genetic loci. So highly productive journals, around 2,254 Indian and international journals published around 11,500 articles on just Yagya, Yoga, and diabetes research. And very reputed journal plus one is the most scientific journal it is having near about 16% papers. And this is the network visualization from the WOS viewer software, which are the visualization collaboration of active journals. So what is the conclusion for this whole study? First conclusion is that ancient practices like the Yagya and Yoga have gained popularity in terms of scientific merits among the researchers around the world. This is very important point. Second, India is the origin of the said practices, still trailing such research. We are far behind when we are talking about the scientific research. Third, the acceptance of Yagya and Yoga for combating diabetes has been a well accepted fact. So Yagya and Yoga are having the power to treat the disease, to heal the disease. So by this study, I would like to say, by this presentation or by this discussion, I would like to say that we should focus on the Yagya research. And I'm proud to say in Patanjali Research Institute, in Patanjali Yogram, in Patanjali Wellness, we are doing research on the Yagya. So Yagyatherapy, it is a scientific concept, it is a healing therapy, and the bibliometric analysis shows that all of the world is looking forward for the Yagyatherapy. In successive presentations, if I got a chance, I would definitely like to share some of the very fascinating findings from the Yagyapathy, because we have worked on the clinical trials, we have worked on the patients on the Yagyapathy for the diabetes, for the COPD, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. Do you know the potentially during the corona times runs a hospital, and at that time we are also using Yagya therapy, and Yagya therapy results shows that we are having the very high amount of the success rate in case of the COVID patients. So these all findings are documented, well documented, and these research papers are also published. Only just one paper I have shown with you, the bibliometric analysis, and a lot so far in pipeline. I would be pleased to share again if I got a chance with lots of important findings from the Yagyatherapy. So with this, I would like to thank all of the organizers. And if anybody having any question, any query, I would like to satisfy you with my answers. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you, madam. Thank you very much. It's a wonderful session. It's a very, very useful and valuable session, madam. Effect of Yagya on human beings. So it is very important in this pandemic situation. And a lot of waste medicine used after they realized the medical field, they given lot of waste medicine. So it is a lot of harmful to the human being, but through Yagya and through your research studies, you have shown a lot of research studies and bibliometric analysis through diabetes, especially. So a lot of people are suffering with diabetes, and through the diabetes, lot of different diseases are affecting. Different problems are raising, but you have given a wonderful session, madam, through mechanisms, inhalation, ionic and phytochemicals and antioxidant and oxidation, the free radical formation and the clinical reaction. So it is very, very important to us, and it's a good, wonderful session, madam. And different activities also performed by Samidhai, and you have given in this pandemic situation. It is really, really, it's very useful, madam. People are suffering, but a lot of hospitals are with full of beds, and there is no vacancy. So here with a lot of tips and a lot of through your lecture, we can use and utilize this good sessions. and we can practice it and we can get a good benefit, madam. Thank you so much for your valuable session and your lecture, madam. Thank you so much.
Thank you, madam. I think after having a lot of busy schedule, you've given a precious time for us. I'm sure that through this small half-an-hour session, all the teacher educators and teachers and participants may understood that the importance of yagna. Not just it is, you started with what is as yagna, not only just ritual part, something beyond. And I'm sure that it's a solution for present crisis. Maybe chronic diseases or environmental pollution and many things. So I'm so happy. I think this small session may not sufficient. Again, we'll organize a big program, and you are the right person, highly expert and involved in research activity. I think by your lecture, we the Telangana community and as well as our all intellectuals, they also will think and will what is this, make a plan to spread this information. What is this, Yagna cannot accept just a ritual aspect. Please accept to purify the environment. It's nothing but a kind of air purifier and must practice yoga and other things. I'm so happy. I think God is given a good opportunity to see you, madam, and to get blessings from you. Thank you, madam. Thank you very much. I think anybody have a question? One question will ask. Anybody, please raise your hand because madam already she need to join in some other meeting. ఎవరికైనా ప్రశ్న ఉంటే అడగొచ్చని raise your hand. ఒక క్వశ్చన్ కి అవకాశం ఇద్దాం. I think better, madam. Now we will go for next session. So thank you very much, Dr. VedaPriya, Aya madam. I'm so happy. Thank you very much. Again, we'll organize and you must give your precious time for us. Thank you, madam. Thank you. Now I hand over to Dr. Valita, madam. Yes, please. Please continue.
Now, after these wonderful sessions from the expertise from the field of practicing yoga practitioners, we also have beautiful presentations. Though there are less number of papers, but we are awaiting to listen from you. So I would like to call upon Dr. Kachani Garu from NSR College of Education. Madam, are you here with us? Dr.
Can you hear?
Yeah, please unmute your video, please. Unmute your video, please.
I think I'm not able to.
Yes.
I think something.
Dr. Alisha Garu is
Dr.
here.
Kachani is ready, but the thing is.
Yeah, I am ready. Only video is not on.
Fine, madam.
Yeah. Shall I present?
Yes, you can.
Yeah. Yes.
I think it is asking 3 options. It is giving me 3 options. Integrated camera, same as system, mirror my video. Which option should I select?
I think the integrated video, maybe.
Integrated camera. I think still it is not come.
Wait a second.
Or probably at your end.
Will you come back with your technical issue? Shall we call upon the next participant to present? By the time you can.
Otherwise, without video also I can present. No problem.
Video ఉంటే బాగుంటుంది మేడం. చూడండి ఒకసారి మీరు చెక్ చేయండి అప్పటి వరకు వేరే వాళ్ళకి అవకాశం.
Actually, this is a new laptop I am using.
I understood. If possible, you please just check it. You can take more 5 to 10 minutes.
Alicia sir.
Dr. Alicia Garu. Can you raise your hand, please?
Do we have Alicia sir with us? And Sri Vishwanathan Garu is already there with us. I think we'll start with Vishwanathan Garu. If you are available and ready with it, please. We would like to listen from the paper presenters.
Elisha garu vacharu madam. Unmute your audio please. Yeah.
Yes, now
Wait second,
welcome, sir.
wait second, Vishnatham garu.
Hello.
Yeah, please madam, please sir, Dr. Elisha garu.
Madam. ఇప్పుడు ఓపెన్ అయింది మేడం, అన్మ్యూట్ అని వచ్చింది ఇప్పుడు. ఓకే మేడం, థ్యాంక్ యూ. మై వాయిస్ ఈజ్ ఆడిబుల్ మేడం? హలో హలో, ప్లీజ్ allow me to share my PPT మేడం. Hello.
Yeah, sir, please
allow me to share, sir, my PPT.
Kindly give your presentation within 5 to 7 minutes, please. Thank you, sir. Please continue.
Sir, please allow me to share my PPT.
Wait second, sir.
Hello, madam.
Yeah, you can share, sir. It's open.
It's not coming, sir. Host disabled participant screen sharing like that menu appeared, sir.
Yeah, it's open to everyone, sir. There is no restriction for it all. So it's open. Yeah, there is a share screen option. You please just check it. Already allowed.
Visible, sir, my PPT? Hello?
No, sir, it's not visible. I think your video also not clear. Your video also.
My voice is audible, sir?
Yes, your voice is audible.
Okay, I am Dr. Elisha Kolluri from NSR College of Education, Hyderabad. So today, if you see today, sir, my PPT is not audible, visible, sir.
You're still not updated this screen share mode. You please just check it. The video also not clear, sir. I think there may be. Just clean your camera part, please. By that it will be visible.
Yeah.
There may be some now clear.
Okay, sir. Now clear.
Now you please share your screen share.
Yes, sir. Host disabled participant screen sharing like that menu appeared, sir.
Wait second, sir.
Just check, sir.
Wait second, please.
Okay.
Yeah, now you please just see. You are a co-host now. You can.
Yes, sir. Visible, sir, now?
Yes.
Okay. My name is Dr. Elisha Kolluri from NSR